Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to Tier List Land. We are here with season 2. We got a bunch of episodes to go. Today we are joined by the usual suspects. We got JD, aka Johnny Donuts 777. I'll link to his channel in the description. Make sure you guys go check him out. Drop him a sub. He's on that 1K grind, so he needs all our help. Make sure you guys go check him out. We're also here with Putty Man, who rebranded to Putty Man recently. And look at his nice fancy 6 months
though. Or Putty.
For him, everything is recently. So
yeah, I'll link this channel in the description as well. And then we're here with Compo Reviews, who streams on RLG Cast, this channel, or not streams, it posts on it.
My name is Chester Cheeto, and I want to build the Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
Nice. So I don't know if this is going to be the first episode of the new season. It might not post first, but this is the first one we're recording, and we got a lot of special episodes to come out for season 2 of Tier List Land. And today we are here to rank cheeses to find out what is the best cheese in the world. I'm sure this video is going to be really scuffed, but let's see. We're here to find out what cheese is the best in the world. So guys, this is the list of cheeses we're going to be ranking right now. I know I forgot a lot of cheeses here, but when I made this actual tier list, it was hard to remember all the cheeses. I look at a list. This is like the most popular ones. Yeah. So here we go, boys. All right. So before we get into ranking this, do we have any lactose intolerant people in this group? We have two out of the 4 of us are lactose.
I take my pills on the regular. I'm Italian. I can't live without cheese. You know,
I love cheese. I do, but I can't.
Just second question: are any of us here a cheese expert? Yes, I am.
Me too.
Thank you.
I'm a cheese connoisseur. That is my Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter,
if I was allowed to eat entire blocks of cheese, I would just eat that, but I probably would die.
Yeah,
I think everyone becomes lactose intolerant anyway when it comes to cheese. Anyway, so when
I hope not, don't put that on me. Don't you put that on
every
us.
old person? No. Every old person's like that. Just
hey, I'm pretty old and I'm still kicking it.
Okay, I want to say this. I have a problem, and I think John does too. You know, when you're like cutting up cheese to put it on a sandwich or something, or whatever, like an English muffin, you're making English muffin, you cut up some cheddar cheese. I'll sit there and just keep eating slices.
Yeah, of course I will.
For like an hour. I'll get through
why I can't buy them
like
that
cheddar.
Way. Yeah, that's the reason I can't buy blocks of cheese, because if I do, I'll just.
I also have a hot take coming up with one of these cheeses.
Me too. I was just about to say that. Okay, so first up on this list, it might cause a debate. Me and John argued about this before. Me and Campo.
We actually got into a full argument about this pre-thing.
Okay, so everyone, we're here to rank American. American's the first one that we're going to be ranking American cheese. Does anyone have anything they want to say about American?
Yes, this is the worst cheese that exists.
Is that even real cheese?
Duty F.
Here's my thing. I'm going to say this right now. When I first, of course, I'm American, and I've always had American cheese. But for me, it's always been American cheese, just sliced cheese you put on sandwiches that you find at Subway.
That's what I explained to John. And it's not cheddar; it's processed cheese.
But see, our Subway doesn't have that kind of cheese. It has regular cheese.
I make the joke. I make the joke that it's Subway. No,
this is like our craft singles.
Exactly.
That's how I know that is a craft single.
Yeah.
To me, we don't call that American cheese. We call that literally like a. It's funny because it's a brand name, right? But that's that's a craft single.
It'll say processed cheese or sliced cheese when you're buying.
Just like America, we're all processed, all right?
Is there even any real cheese in there?
I don't know. I would love to.
No, there probably is. There's definitely it's made with milk, so
it's probably like plastic and milk. So
a lot of oils. I know there's a lot of oil in there.
Milk.
Either way,
it could be cheese oil.
Either way, I'm a huge fan of American when it comes to grilled chease or even slapping it on a burger.
I think you should use regular cheddar on a.
I like it, but I mean, as far as like it's the American cheese is one of those things you go to because it's cheap. That's the only reason why I eat American cheese. I would prefer 90% of the cheese that are on here.
At least you agree.
No, I think we all agree on that. But I'm just saying, I don't think.
But there's a cheese further down the list that I'll use in a grilled cheese over American cheese any day.
I agree. And I think that you can get the sliced version of real cheddar that's cut like a craft single, and that works better on it. But there's a place for this. I totally understand that, but in my opinion, is it a good cheese? No, it's a D. It's horrible cheese. I would never want to just eat craft singles. Like you could use it for stuff.
All right, me neither. I've definitely never sat there and ate half a pack of craft singles with no bread. I've never done that.
You definitely never ate 12 cans of ravioli.
I've never ate 6 packs of craft singles.
All I'm thinking is Homer Simpson, 64 slices of American cheese. 63.
That's the whole point of the thing. That's why the thing is you never can get American cheese in a block. It's literally always gonna be sliced.
No, you could. American cheese does come in a block. Yeah, I had to look it up last night because I had to tell us to John. John's like, American cheese is just cheddar cheese. I'm like, no, apparently it's not. It's not just cheddar cheese.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I think if you go in Europe, I don't know for sure. I'm sure you could Google this, but I believe in Europe they call cheddar cheese American cheese.
So based on what you guys said,
he's asleep now, but my brother in Austria, he might know.
Well, I'm going to say this. Here's the thing. Based on the cheeses, I agree. I'm the same way. If I have a block of cheese, I'm trying to pull slices off. I'm taking chunks and eating it and everything.
Yeah.
So I've never had American cheese in that process. I don't know if I probably would do the same thing. So I really can't say, because I'm always just putting on sandwiches. So,
but I'm saying if in the grand scheme of these cheeses, since you do like cheese, this is not a good cheese.
No, it's low on the list.
It's the bottom.
It's low, but there's others on here. I think
should I have put an F on this tier list, because I could still do it right now. I just didn't think that there was going to be any Fs.
I would see for me, I would put a C, because there are two cheeses on here.
I wouldn't go lower than D, because I think it does have a use. It's not like a cheese that's unuseful, and it doesn't taste disgusting. But when you compare it to real cheese, it's not.
Another thing I told John earlier is, what do you think McDonald's uses? They're using this processed cheese. They're not using cheddar cheese.
I think it depends where you live as well, because some countries may not allow them to use that kind of cheese.
Either way, in Europe they don't use that cheese. They use actual cheese.
Yeah, for sure.
In their McDonald's,
especially I'm sure in Italy, it's like a slice of like provolone on a
mozzarella on a Big Mac.
I'm not gonna lie, their McDonald's is like not that good. I was disappointed when Italian McDonald's, and I ate it several times while I was there. But either way, I'm gonna vote D.
Yeah, I'll agree with D.
I don't think anyone has a problem with that.
All right, now next up, we're talking about blue cheese. Now, for me personally, blue cheese on its own is not my favorite. I really enjoyed it.
I think blue cheese, like similar to American cheese, its application to certain things is good, but I would never want just blue cheese. Even the fact of just looking at it makes me feel sick.
But I will say, if we have to like lay down ground rules for this list, because things like blue cheese aren't good on their own for me personally, but I do love dipping a chicken wing in blue cheese dip.
But I think there has to be an element of
John, are we allowed to count that? Are we allowed to count the fact that it's good as
you can use that as a factor into it, but you have to factor in the fact that you wouldn't just eat it as well.
I like crumbled blue cheese on a burger.
Yeah, me too. I love that.
But I'm saying in its application to certain things, you can, in a salad, if you have it in a certain salad,
a ranch salad with blue cheese.
Would you ever just cut a piece of blue cheese and eat it?
Putty, what are your thoughts on blue cheese? I feel like Putty's going to throw up just looking at it.
Well, I don't like blue cheese. There's two cheeses.
It's basically
I don't like, and I do not like it. I just never like the taste.
Okay, so I would say personally, I like it better. I don't think it fits in D, but if you guys are arguing D, then I'll go with D as well.
Yeah, I would actually. When you're asking about the American cheese, I would eat American cheese over blue cheese. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's just me. That's me.
So we're putting
for me, I don't care. I have no personal opinion on blue cheese, really.
All right. So next up, we have cheddar cheese. There's different forms of cheddar. I was going to put white on this list. I was going to put.
I think orange cheddar is the right way to go.
Yeah,
and
it's not the best cheese, but I love it.
I do love cheddar, but I think for me, there's certain scales. Like if you're not coming at me with the extra old, I don't want it. I like my cheddar cheese to the point where it's so strong that it's gonna knock you down when you eat
old cheddar. Yeah,
old cheddar for sure.
So me personally, I think it's an A though, because of just like how solid it is.
I think we can argue this later to move up, but it's the fact that it's so everything kind of has cheddar cheese on it. Yeah, it makes it more applicable.
It's like the mozzarella of America.
Yes.
Well, I mean, no, mozzarella is the mozzarella.
I mean, people eat cheddar all over the world.
Do they? Really? I didn't know that. I thought it just reminds me of like America for some reason. But anyway, besides the point,
he points at American cheese while he saes that.
Well, it's actually, doesn't cheddar have origins in British roots?
Yeah, it might actually.
Most likely, but I don't think it was orange at that point.
No, it was more of a yellowy white.
White cheddar, white cheddar and orange cheddar really have no difference. It's just the color of the cheese.
I should have put white cheddar on this list.
I feel like white cheddar has a different taste. I love white cheddar.
It's aged. I think white cheddar is aged less.
I think if you really look it up, I might be 100% right, so I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure that they're exactly the same. They're just one is dyed and
so John, you're saying if you have an old yellow and an old white, it will taste the same, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it will be exactly the same.
It's just the color.
I'm going to look this up.
There's placebo effects like that with a lot of food. Like I remember me and Putty were arguing about
like marble
cheddar. I prefer a white cheddar, so I'm going to say like.
So I should have put that on the list, but whatever, it's fine. Does anybody want to argue that it should be higher or lower than an A? Because I'm actually pretty good with an A, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm good there.
Good with A, yeah, because I feel like there's other ones I like way better than cheddar for sure.
Okay, so next up is cream cheese, and cream cheese for me falls in like the blue cheese category, where like by itself it's okay, but once you start getting into the garlics and the herbs, you know what I mean?
If it's plain cream cheese, I'd put it in a B.
But see, I was gonna say it's higher than American cheese for me, not lower than that though. But not like above cheddar. No.
If you Google it, the only difference between white cheddar versus orange cheddar is the natural vegetable coloring used to make the orange cheddar orange.
Okay.
Wow, then it's a placebo effect. I always think white cheddar tastes different than regular cheddar. Dang.
It's probably because one of them you're eating is like old.
I agree with Putty. I think the white one tastes different. So
like every time I have it on popcorn, because I've had regular cheddar.
Yes, and you get yourself some Balderson's cheddar.
Yes, Balderson's cheddar has that sharpness to it. I love it.
But that's what's confusing to me because I've had like how like some popcorn they'll make white cheddar and
but that's
cheddar,
not. They're not using legit cheese for that, aren't they? Using like flavoring.
No. You're right because they do that specifically for like popcorn though. That's not like a real.
Yeah. They're not taking like a brick of white cheddar and
I get that because I've had white cheddar before, but I guess maybe that's still a placebo effect because of popcorn.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff like
that. But the popcorn thing could be why it's messing with you.
Me and Putty had a debate about red velvet cookies, which I won't even get into, but it was the same thing. When I looked it up, it's literally just a chocolate mix. That's it.
It tastes different to me. I
had it but I mean that's how it works, right? It's just a thing.
It's just the color throws you off.
So my opinion.
Go.
I absolutely despise cream cheese.
I love it.
I think it's disgusting. I hate it on anything. I mean, I will eat it in certain situations, but I never think like I can't wait to have a bagel with cream cheese on it.
I literally think that like once a week.
That's a staple. You can make a nice sauce, like a cream sauce with cream cheese and some Parmigiano in there.
Yeah.
Like
I would say
parsley, some garlic.
What about cheesecake?
I don't like cheesecake. I hate cheesecake.
I hate that about you, dude.
I absolutely hate cheesecake. Cheese has no place in a cake. I'm going to
agree with Johnny Donuts, and I'm going to say this is a B.
I'm saying a D, but I don't really care.
Well, see, I can go C. I'm willing to negotiate on that, but either way, my point is it's better than American cheese, 100%. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Okay, so me and Putty are kind of in a similar.
Okay, we'll meet in the middle.
I love cream cheese more than you.
We'll throw it in a C. Sure. John said D. You said C.
I don't mind American cheese. If I'm comparing it to like real cheeses, it's not a good cheese.
That's not cream cheese. Cream cheese.
Cream cheese. It's not my thing, right?
I love it, dude. It's such a good cheese. I love the fact that you can eat it with cake and a bagel, whatever you want. Anyway,
all right. The 40-minute cheese tier list. Let's go.
Next up is feta. This might be a little bit debatable because I feel like some people might not like feta. I love it. In my opinion, feta is one of my favorite cheeses of all time.
I think feta only works in a salad and on Greek fries. Other than that, I don't want feta.
See, I'm like John with that. I never liked feta. I tried to, and because I love cheese.
It's just salt.
Yeah, I think it's just like I don't know what it is. But I'm not.
But it also depends on the type of feta because there's different types of feta too. There's sheep and there's goat's feta.
Yep.
And then there's also the feta from Greek feta, and then there's Macedonian feta too. There's different types of
the northern Greeks.
Yes, basically. But yeah, and like it all depends. And because feta is sheep or goats, that doesn't affect my lactose. So I can eat that without having to worry about getting sick. And that for me puts it a little higher because I can eat more of it.
Hey, I would say it's a B.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it tastes good in certain situations, but I just think it's overly salty and it doesn't have that much flavor.
Then let me ask you this then. I actually think cream cheese is better than feta. Is there like a uncompromised to that or no? I'm just curious.
In my opinion, feta cheese would be better than cheddar. So
okay, hold on. Everyone yell out a ranking and just
everybody go individually. For me, I would say feta's a B. I mean an A. Sorry.
I say a B.
I say C.
Okay, and I'm a B.
So then it's a B.
Yeah. We'll keep it in B.
Next up is smoked Gouda. In my opinion, smoked Gouda has its place in like some sandwiches and stuff, but I'm not really a huge fan.
I don't like smoked flavored cheese.
Me neither.
It overpowers
regular Gouda.
I would much rather have regular Gouda.
Yeah,
Putty, what's your take on that?
I like smoked Gouda. I mean, it's not my top. We're about to get. We're soon getting to the top cheeses for me, but I still like it. Again, it comparatively between feta and blue, I definitely like it better. But as far as cheddar,
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I would say I would put it ahead of feta because I would rather have this on a sandwich.
I wouldn't. I would put this behind cream cheese.
Like the smoked Gouda or plain Gouda, Campbell?
Either one for me, honestly.
Yeah. That's the only one here, so I'm going with smoked.
Yeah,
regular Gouda would be high up.
I put smoked, by the way, guys, because it was more popular. Like on the list I looked at, I just got the most popular, like whatever it was, 10 or whatever.
The thing about the smoked cheese is it has that artificial taste to it, and I don't like it.
That
so
artificial smoke.
Yeah, I'd put it behind feta in that regard.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so I'm saying behind cream cheese. You guys are both saying behind feta. Putty, where are you putting
it? Put it ahead of cream cheese. Well, depending on what
you know me,
says.
I put it ahead of feta. So that's
okay. So then
that's a fair spot.
It should stay there then.
Okay. So next up is Havarti. This is not one of my favorite cheeses again. Havarti is good on sandwiches, just like Gouda, but other than that, I don't think I eat it.
The application of pimentos or peppers in Havarti is
Havarti with the peppercorn.
I think that's what makes it good, but just plain Havarti is so mild. No,
you could say that. Flavor. I'll allow you to say with other things, but the thing about Havarti for me is it's only good on a sandwich.
Yes,
like,
I
sure
agree.
I can eat little cubes of it, but
Havarti works on like a cheesesteak. I know that's sacrilege to people in Philadelphia, but
it's still a sandwich.
To me, this would be behind cheddar. This is a good cheese. It's not a strong
for me,
cheese.
It's way lower. I would not put this above feta. You're nuts. Not in my mind. Where are you guys going? I'm gonna say
let's hear Putty.
I'm gonna say it's worse than cream cheese.
Yeah. I had it one time. I enjoyed it, but again, this is actually still low. Like I will say, right after this one is when we're gonna start going into like wow factor for me. I'll be honest with you. So this one I don't mind putting low on the list. I would put it behind or in front of cream cheese, around there for me.
It's definitely better than smoked Gouda. It's definitely better.
I would agree with you, John, on that one. It's better than the smoked Gouda.
I agree, but I don't think smoked Gouda should have been that high. That's where the list gets a little scuffed. I think that it's better than smoked Gouda, but I don't think it's better than cream cheese. So I guess off default we have to put it as.
That's the problem with 4 people, right? It's going to affect where rankings go, whether we like it or not. On a lot of things.
Because I like Havarti more than smoked Gouda, but I like cream cheese better than both of these. So I guess
it's for everybody has something down. No, it's better than smoked Gouda.
I guess we could.
We're all agreeing to that. Yeah,
I said it was an A, and JD said it was better.
Then I guess we have to move this one down. I think by default we have to move.
Okay, I can live with that.
Okay, Monterey Jack again.
You know what? Put smoked Gouda behind cream cheese. Like
there we go.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. The next 4 are if you throw these in my face, I will eat the crap out of these. And one more that comes up. But I love Monterey Jack. I freaking love this cheese. I'm addicted to it. That's why I have to have these dairy pills, is because of cheese like this.
I think that Monterey Jack once again is exactly like Havarti.
Me too.
It needs to have a pepper or a pimento or something put in it, or else it's a very mild cheese that's very similar.
And it's only good in between 2 pieces
or cheddar.
Cheddar. It's a sandwich cheese. I like it better than Havarti. Okay. I like it better than feta.
Shredded Jack cheese in a burrito or on some nachos or in a taco.
This is an A.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. Yeah,
I agree. I'm done.
All right,
it's not better than cheddar though.
I won't argue that. Next up is mozzarella. I think we finally reached our
first
S
top
tier.
That's S.
That's the top.
Yeah. Well, welcome to my land. I'm not a big fan of mozzarella because it has absolutely zero flavor unless you cook it onto pizza. As someone who eats a lot of cheese, you can eat as many slices of this as you want, and I dare you to tell me what the flavor of it is, because it's nothing.
It's water.
So
when you just cook it on a plate, like
it depends on what it is. If we're talking buffalo mozzarella, that's a different story.
Yes,
but like the common mozzarella you get, if we're talking some Tristelli mozzarella,
that's not even real mozzarella.
Let's talk all mozzarella, dude. Let's talk.
Buffalo. This is an A, but it's not better than cheddar.
In my mind, I'm putting it as an S. I'm throwing it up there as an S.
A nice fresh buffalo mozzarella with a slice of tomato. Ooh. A little bit of oregano.
The tomato matters in that factor, and the oregano matters in that factor. We're not like we got to judge this cheese. I know,
but what about for pizza? On
pizza, the sauce comes out. The bread.
There's no other cheese I'd rather
flavors in it. I only get a 4-cheese blend, so this whole time you've been thinking those pizzas we're eating are cheddar cheese. Just so you know.
No, I get that, but I'm saying if you told me to choose one of these cheeses to throw on a pizza, I'm going mozzarella, extra cheese.
I think. Yeah, but mozzarella works in a pizza situation. I think when you apply it to stuff, it works, but it's the things around it that work with it.
All right,
because it's a milder cheese. It's an A.
I can agree to that. I can agree to that.
Goddamn
okay,
useful.
So we have 2 A's. I'm saying S. Putty, where are you throwing it?
Well, see, right now you're going to the ones I love, so it definitely is an S, high A at least.
All right,
but why do you love it? Explain to me what's good about mozzarella.
Well, it's the same situation. There's so many cheeses that I love, but between the flavors, it's not my number 1, but it would be in the top 3 for me. You know what I mean? Because we still haven't gotten into my top 3. That would actually be my 3rd best.
Fresh mozzarella melts nicely too.
Oh yeah,
yes.
I agree.
But once again, the application of the cheese, not the cheese alone.
So, John, in your mind, cheddar's better.
Cheddar is far better. Cheddar has so much more flavor. Disagree. It's so much more distinct.
I mean, maybe we could switch it around after. Let's just get on.
But I'm okay with it. It's a tier list.
Let's get on to the next one. We're staying on that one for too long. Now, in my mind, if you guys are not going to agree that Parmesan is an S tier, I don't think this list is going to work.
Well, I need to stop you. I need to say this right now. We cannot keep Parmesan cheese in the house. We usually try to buy it stuff for like spaghetti, anything we want to put cheese on. No matter the form of Parmesan cheese, I'm like a crack addict to it. We cannot keep in the house. She has to buy it day one and be like, this is for dinner tonight. Do not eat this. That's how much I love Parmesan cheese. It is the cheese I always go to. If someone says, what kind of cheese do you want? Parmesan. Always for me.
So that's the sad thing is you haven't even tried real freshly grated Parmesan from. You're probably doing that like powdery.
No. I'm talking about she's actually
34% Parm.
No, we've actually bought like blocks of I actually got Parmesan.
Okay, you buy the actual blocks of Parmesan.
Well, no, we bought the powder too. I'm not saying we haven't. I'm not going to deny. But my point is I love this so much that I really want to have the real cheese, and it is my crack.
Yeah, because a lot of people get the Parmesan that's not even in the fridge aisle. You know what I mean? It's just one.
Yeah. No, I've had that before. But we can't even buy that, Nikki. That's how bad it is. Like she'll buy the powder, and she's like, maybe you won't eat this one as much. And I'm like, I'm literally going to eat something and then putting the powder into the cup and eat. In my
mind,
I love
Parmesan cheese.
Putty's doing lines of Parm.
Dude, that's me, bro. I love Parmesan cheese. That's my number one.
I absolutely hate grated Parmesan. It's so horrible. I don't want any grated Parmesan on my pasta.
Anyway,
you know what? I'm in the same boat.
I will eat Parmesan like a crack addict if I'm eating it as pieces of cheese
with some salami
or crumbled on a something.
Oh yeah, I put on.
But I do not want grated cheese. I do not want grated Parmesan. I would much rather have Romano.
I'm the same way.
I have Romano.
Romano
it's like a similar.
It's identical to a Parmesan, right?
No, it tastes different, but it's a similar type.
Yeah, different. It's very similar.
It's a pecorino, which is sheep's milk instead of cow's milk, but
it has a different kind of sharpness.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same idea as Parm, but it's made with a different animal's milk, basically.
Yeah, it has that like sharpness of not a cow when that flavor. But I love Parmesan on its own. I just don't want it grated on anything. And
like if you're making a charcuterie board or something,
I will say this is an S because I love really strong cheeses. We don't have any other cheeses for me to pick through here that are going to be in this category of strong.
I think we're all agreeing Parmesan's S. How is not one of us?
Okay, I would.
Yeah, that was my hot take.
I just want to say that for me, I eat it in soup, pasta, pizza, sandwiches. I'll eat Parmesan anywhere. I love it.
See,
Parmesan on a pizza, a melted Parmesan on a pizza is fantastic.
No, I'm talking about freshly grated on a pizza.
We do white pizza, and we crumble parm and olive oil and oregano and everything on a white pizza. It is so good with the garlic. Oh,
yeah.
So
I was gonna put bocconcini on this list too, but I was like,
it's similar to mozzarella.
Yeah, that's why
it's mini mozzarella is what it is.
Literally is.
So I'm gonna give you my hot take right here. I do not like provolone.
Me neither.
I know it's a really popular cheese in like New York and Philadelphia for sandwiches. To me, it tastes like a kind of like smoked Gouda. It doesn't have like a real cheese flavor. It has like this weird.
But you're saying you don't like it, or you don't like it that much?
I don't like provolone. I'll eat it.
My wife says it smells like feet.
Yeah, it doesn't. For how strong it smells, it doesn't have any flavor really. It's very mild on flavor.
But I make grilled cheese with provolone though.
But
I would love that. That sounds bomb.
Once again, applications of cheese on certain things works. To me, this is behind Havarti.
Yeah, but look, this is what I'm going to say about provolone. It's definitely not the best cheese on this list. You know, there's a lot better Havarti, Monterey Jack, Cheddar. But I do think I don't mind provolone on a sandwich.
But I'm never gonna go somewhere and have a choice of cheeses and be like, I'll take. In my
mind, it's behind. It's probably the end of C.
Whenever I'm at a Philly cheesesteak place in Canada, because here we don't use Whiz because Cheese Whiz is disgusting.
Right.
You pick your cheese and provolone's an option. I'll always take Havarti or the pepper jack which cheddar. Is Monterey Jack or the cheddar. Yeah. Always. I'll never ever pick the provolone.
The oiliness of a cheddar is perfect for a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah,
whereas I'll go with the provolone. I got to stick with the classic. But
hey, I mean, everyone has their own thing. To me, this is behind Havarti. I think Havarti is a far better cheese than provolone.
Anybody want to argue that? Because I would have put it worse than cream cheese.
To me, I'd put it higher because
but
because of the arguments, I can agree with it behind the Havarti. Like I can agree with that.
I think because they want it really. Putty, what was your letter rating?
Well, I never got to say actually, but me, for me, I was originally I was gonna say mozzarella and cheddar, between that, but I'm willing to say behind Monterey Jack because it's one. I agree, it's one of those things that it's like I kind of need to have the mood for it, but it's not the best cheese in the world. So again, if you want to put
I just think my brother's rating is too low to put it in A.
Yeah, I don't think Provolone.
Yeah, I can live with it.
I'm okay with that too, because I would also put it low. In my personal opinion, it's not like an awful cheese, but it's like a lot of these cheeses, it's never going to be my go-to.
Yeah, if you made me a sandwich and put Provolone in it, like I honestly wouldn't be able to tell.
Like another cheese that possibly coming up. The Parmesans and the Cheddars of the world are where my heart is. I want that super, super powerful, strong cheese flavor when I'm eating cheese.
Okay, next up, I feel like this is where we might. I hate this.
This is the worst.
I love ricotta with a passion, but
same here.
Yeah,
same here. I love
John
ricotta.
On that one. I do not like.
It's ricotta. This is bottom of for me. This is the worst cheese here.
In my mind, ricotta is like a staple of Italian cooking.
It's
when it comes to
sauce.
lasagna,
yeah.
When it comes to cannellonis or cannolis, either of them. So I don't know.
My type of lasagna is just
sauce.
It's melted mozzarella and meat sauce. That's what I want.
The only way I eat.
See, whereas I put mozzarella, I put meat sauce, I put spinach and ricotta in my lasagna.
There's no ricotta and no eggs in my egg.
I put whole eggs in mine.
I hate eggs.
The only way we eat this is in lasagna, and that's the thing. By itself, I don't like it. In lasagna, I can eat it, and I love lasagna. But that's my point. It's like alone, I don't like the taste of the cheese.
See, but it's my application argument works for this, but not on anything else. But yeah, I think it's F.
Well, I didn't say anything about the whole other thing. My point is,
I agree with you, Putty. I'm on your boat with this.
I mean, I love it. I mean,
for me, I'd say an A.
I would too, but
I will allow it. So me and Putty have to have a conversation here. It's either ahead of cream cheese or behind Havarti.
Okay, let's put it this way. I'm going to say this right now, right? Because of lasagna, it gets ahead of blue cheese in my eyes. All right, that's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Wow, Putty.
Okay, but he's benefiting you, so you can eat.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Put it behind Havarti.
I'd agree with it there. Yeah, I can live with that there.
Okay.
And Swiss, I don't want to stay on this one for too long.
A nice Jalmerson. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. My top.
You have no idea.
Or a nice fresh Emmental.
Here is my top 3 cheeses. Number 1 is Parmesan. Number 2 is Swiss. Number 3 is mozzarella.
For me, Swiss is right behind
Parm.
Or maybe even ahead of Parm for me. I love Swiss cheese. Like
Parmesan, Swiss, and mozzarella are.
You guys are saying this is S tier? Swiss is S tier?
Yes. Oh
yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking love Swiss.
Okay, that's crazy. But I guess we're gonna have to do this. I guess we're gonna have to put it as an S tier. I hate Swiss. I don't understand what the hype is about it. Literally,
it has such a flat, like tangy flavor
I know
there's like levels to it. There's the flavor when you first put it in, and then when you're chewing it, and then when you swallow, and it has different levels of flavor,
and it has a secondary flavor you taste later that's so good,
like, and on a sandwich,
and it has a good melt too. It has a good melt to it
with bacon, a Swiss cheese and bacon sandwich.
I've never heard anyone in my life say Swiss cheese is their favorite cheese.
Swiss and bacon burger,
second favorite.
Buddy, I there's a few times where I've gone to like a nice store and bought like a $30 piece of Swiss cheese that was like this big and just ate it to my face.
Either way, we got to figure out this list right now before we end it, boys. I'm going to say that on A tier, I don't think Monterey Jack should be A, but I know you guys are arguing for there. I think Monterey Jack is a sandwich cheese. It should be on B tier with the other sandwich cheeses.
Okay, but I would also argue that cheddar is better than mozzarella.
I would put cheddar as an S tier. I can't agree that. I would willingly put cheddar as an S tier.
I'll still live with it. I still love it, but I still think mozzarella is better. But I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. Go for it.
Yeah, I think cheddar is literally an S tier. Now, looking at this list, how is cheddar's not on the same? Cheddar's got its own avenue.
You have like 3 of my favorite cheeses in the S tier, so I'm not really complaining.
Well, I like cheddar, but cheddar would be 4th to me. That's what I'm saying. So if I had a 5th of top 5, it'd be Parmesan, then it would be Swiss, mozzarella, cheddar, then Monterey Jack.
Yeah, mine would be
Putty got all of his in the top 5. So
I don't know that's rare for Putty.
And Provolone, like literally all my favorite cheeses outside of the Gouda.
And can I make one argument that feta is an A tier cheese?
No, because what do you eat feta on except salads and Greek fries?
I'll eat on everything. I eat on a Gouda. I get fed on my Gouda sometimes.
I'm willing to negotiate above.
Move away from Greek food. What is the application of feta? You can put cheddar on literally anything.
Okay, I'm happy with this. As long as we can move Monterey Jack down.
No, you can't. Put it back.
I think I could live with that list. I'm good with that.
All right, guys. And just like that, you guys heard it here. The 3 best cheeses in the world, ranked by us, are Parmesan, Cheddar, and Mozzarella.
Get out of here.
Okay, you can put mozzarella up there.
No.
What about that Italian cheese with the worms in it, with the live worms? Have you ever seen that one?
If anything, we're gonna put some Friulano on here.
Mozzarella and cheddar all on.
Friulano cheese. We forgot about that's a good one.
Yeah, it's so similar to Parmesan though when you really think. Actually, no, Friulano's like mozzarella, right?
It's more like a provolone.
Yeah. It's like a
little sharper.
That's a good one. You put that. You dip it in the batter and deep fry it. Oh my god.
Yes, that's the best one. There you go.
Okay. Anyway, guys, that's our list. Make sure you guys go check out all of their YouTubes in the description. Remember, JD's on his grind to 1K. Putty just hit 10K too, so make sure you guys go to his channel, congratulate him on that.
And remember, check me out on this channel because you're already here.
Exactly. Make sure you guys sub to this channel, drop a like. Let us know in the comments your favorite cheeses. I feel like we're gonna get a lot of different lists on this. So either way, let us know what your favorite cheese is in the comments. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
I gotta go eat some cheese right now.
Nice.